Beautiful. Yes, sir. Back with another Dune review or chapter review. Whatever we want to call it. Point is, we're back on Dune. This time we're on chapters 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 8, 9, 10. Chapter 8, not chapter 8. Chapter 9 was super short. But because of that, not because of that, but out of those three bunches, I think for sure the one I liked the most was chapter 8, then 10, then 9. That's how I'm ranking them right now, mentally. Because if we're just going through order right now, summarizing them, with chapter 8, that whole chapter was really just like a conversation between Dr. Yue and Jessica. And then Dr. Yue trying to like not make sure Jessica figures out that there's something wrong with him. Because I was like with the BGs, they could read body movements, feelings and emotions and whatnot, and like the subtleties of that. So he doesn't want to give off that, something's wrong with him. Like he's going to like try to assassinate Paul, like take Paul out. So he's trying to like maneuver the conversation in a way so it doesn't reveal too much. And then also the reason why he knows like different tactics to do that is because he used to go out with a BG as well. That being his I think her name is Wana. So that's kind of neat too. Like just him trying to maneuver the conversation, trying to stay calm, and then sprinkle some truths in the conversation. Like a good example is like when they were talking about the Hirokins, she noticed like he got very angry, a lot of hatred towards him, and then he noticed that she noticed that. So then he sprinkled some truth saying the Hirokins, took his wife or something along those lines. Like, oh, speak no more. I understand why there's so much anger between you and the Hirokins, and that was enough truth, but not with him. Enough truth was in that statement, but he was still not revealing everything. Like obviously him, doing this because his wife is taken captive by the Hirokins, and he's trying to kill Paul to get his wife back. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And then we go into like the water and why Arrakis is so dry too, and like why water is worshipped. So in the scene, he's like looking out in the I won't say the garden and whatnot, or like on the balcony, and there's like I think it's like 10 palm trees or whatever. And then he says how like the freemen here look at the palm tree and just see people who could be drinking water, because like each palm tree is like 10 people worth of water. Like because like the palm trees need to be watered to stay alive. Like the amount of water they waste watering the palm trees, that could be used for like a bunch of freemen and whatnot. So they just see this as like, or the freeman sees them using these palm trees to water them like as a luxury, but also like kind of like a slap in the face too. Like it's divided by the people. Like some people see this, oh, this is a luxury, but at the same time it's like, oh yo, this could have been used for like a bunch of people on our planet, or thing was like worth like 200 men or something. Like the conversion is weird. The point is, like one tree is worth 20 people worth of water, and there's 20 trees. The point is, a lot of water is being wasted on that. So that was a type of conversation. Then they moved on to how there was like a theory. I'll just read it actually in what she was going through. It was kind of cool. It was not here. The chapter. That's that. Where is it? I think it's... There it is. Everywhere you turn here, you're involved with the lack of water. It's the precious mystery of Arrakis, he said. Why is there so little of it? There's volcanic rock here. There's a dozen power sources I can name. There's polar ice. They say you can't drill in the desert storms. And sand tides destroy equipment faster than it can be installed, if the worms don't get you first. They never found water traces there, anyway. But the mystery, Wellington, the real mystery, is the wells that have been drilled up here in the sinks and basins. Have you read about those? First a trickle, then nothing, he said. But Wellington, that's the mystery. The water was there. it dries up and never again is there water. Another hole nearby produces the same result, a trickle that stops. Has no one ever been curious about this? It is curious, he said. You suspect some living agency? Wouldn't that have shown in core samples? What would have shown? Alien plant matter or animal? Who could recognize it? She turned to the slope. The water is stopped. Something plugs it. That's my suspicion. So right there, a theory is cooking up that someone's messing with the water supply on the planet of Arrakis itself. And I think that's kind of cool too. Like, I want to dive more into that. We'll see how that goes. The mystery of water. Because again, mind you, the BGs, like 1,000 years ago, playing like a whole freaking Messiah legend in Arrakis religion and whatnot. Like, set that up for later use. You know what I mean? So, them doing that, I can kind of believe that someone is also tampering around with the water and make it Arrakis be like this dry desert planet. Maybe to like we got the Freeman, so like it's just like a harsh planet to live on. But at the same time, so that people in power who do control the water supply could survive on the planet, so they can also, drip the spice as well. That's what I'm somewhat thinking is going on, but we'll see later on. So they have the conversation. Then UA leaves the room. He also mentions too that he gave Paul's in the next room by them and gave him a sleeping pill so he could like fall asleep or whatnot. He's like, all right, cool. Thank you for telling me that. Oh, that's what Jessica says. Then UA leaves the room. Then Jessica says how she knows that Paul was very on edge with the entire conversation, but she didn't want to reveal that because she didn't want to. It was very obvious, and like you didn't want to. What she say exactly? The point, it was very obvious that UA was going through something, but she didn't want to say it out loud to embarrass him, something along those lines. So like it was kind of funny. It was like the entire conversation you think UA's navigating the world, like avoiding Jessica's gaze of reading him, but the entire time she knew something was up, but just didn't want to mention it. So I think that was kind of neat right there. How like she really is trained for this, and like even like you think you are moving right, but really she knows exactly what's going on, but can't quite put her finger on it. But because you're her friend, she's like, hey, it's whatever. He's going through something. I'm just going to let that be. Next chapter is the assassination attempt of Paul. We then learn from Paul he didn't actually eat the sleeping pill, and he just wanted to like stay awake, just roam throughout the room. Like the room was kind of like cool, like it was kind of made for him to like be in trance or whatever. And then we get like this bug come in his room. He's like, what's this? Turns out it's like assassination bug, and like it detects movement. So now Paul's trying to think how he's going to maneuver the situation. He's like his belt's on the bed, and he's trying to figure out like how can he like take out the bug. But then some lady comes in. That lady being the maid from last chapter that was with Jessica. She comes in, and the bug tries to move towards her. Then Paul catches the bug, crushes it. Who up the band? We're good. And we also learn to like whoever controls the bug has to be nearby. So the assassin's probably still nearby. So that's cool. Chapter 10 is the cool chapter. That's where Jessica finds like this cool door that has like this palm ring or whatever, and like she kind of hacks it. Point, she goes into like this airtight room, and it's like is greenhouse the word? Greenhouse farm? It's like this whole farm. It's like this whole. What's the word I'm looking for? I think it's a greenhouse for plants. And the point is, it has like all these luxury plants. Why am I out of focus? This is bothering me. Okay, I'm good now. So again, this greenhouse room filled with like plants and whatnot, and these very exotic plants that need constant water as well. There's also like this they said like a yellow light filter, so they changed the white sun with the yellow filter to be like yellow sun instead, so the plants can survive, because like there's sun Arrakis is very harsh. So that's cool. She finds this room. Apparently it's been like already looked through by Hawat. But she also finds a note for her on one of the plants. And that note is from another BG. And the note says, where is the note? There it is. To Lady Jessica, may this place give you as much pleasure as it has given me. Please permit the room to convoy a lesson we learn from the same teachers. The proximity of desirable things tempt ones to overindulgence. On that path lies danger. My kindest wishes, Margot Lady Ferging. So, by itself, that looks like a very innocent message, but then, because, they're part of a little witch cult, there was a message hidden inside, and it's saying, on that path lies danger, and that's a message for them, a secret message for, like, the BGs to understand, okay, there's a secret message behind this. So then Jessica's trying to look throughout the room to, like, find, like, where that other secret message could be, and she does find it, and it's, where is it? Where is this? On the position pad. There it is. She found a message underneath a leaf. And the leaf said, your son and the Duke are in immediate danger. A bedroom has been designed to attract your son. The H being the Harakans. The H loaded with death traps to be discovered, leaving one that may escape detection. Jessica put down the urge to run back to Paul. The full message had to be learned. Her fingers speed over the dots. I do not know the exact nature of the menace, but it has something to do with a bed. The threat to your Duke involves defection of a trusted companion or lieutenant. The H plan to give you as a gift to a minion, to the best of my knowledge. This conservatory is safe. Forgive that I cannot tell more. My sources are few, as my count is not in the pay of the H. In haste, MF. So in that message we learn kind of what we already knew, but like now it's being told to like the main, not the main audience, but like the main characters, that being Jessica, like, okay, there's an assassination attempt going on for like my son and the Duke, and it's between a trusted lieutenant, that being Yue, but we don't know that yet. So we're still trying to figure that out. So after that happened, I think Paul went to that room because the maid from last chapter brought him there. They didn't have a conversation saying that this is probably like one of the safe rooms because like her friend said it was safe, and then she believes it's safe to be like kind of like a airlock room so no one could go in or out. So that's kind of neat. So they're trying to look for the assassin, and while they're doing that, they're going to stay in this room for the time being. And yeah, that's kind of it for chapters 8, 9, and 10. Pretty cool stuff, finally diving more into the world, theories and whatnot. Yue might get captured probably next chapter, they're looking for him. And oh yeah, Paul did theorize like it could be Yue too, because like his mother told him the message like, oh, could Yue be an option? His mother did think about that too, but at the same time, Yue has hatred towards Harakans. But again, that's like a good shield. Like he has hatred towards the Harakans, so why would he work with them? So yeah, I kind of like how Paul first clocked like it could be Yue could be an option, but his mom kind of dismissed that as well because of his hatred towards it. How most everybody in the house hates Harakans, so it won't make any sense. So like the assassin, they don't know who the assassin could be, which is interesting. Or not just like, which is kind of the whole point of Yue being the assassin, because you wouldn't suspect him to be one. But yeah, that's kind of it for this little 3-chapter review of Dune. Can I get it? There it is. That's better. Pretty good 3-piece. I enjoyed it. And yeah, if you guys enjoy these chapter reviews, please like and subscribe and all that lovely great stuff. And yeah, enjoy your Saturday. Until next time, y'all, be easy. Shabam.